In today's video, we're going to talk about the ADI Part 3 test, specifically something that's called See It, Say It, Sort It. Now, you may have heard of this. You see the fault, you say it, and you sort it. But we're going to help you go deeper. We're going to help you to become better at it, because there's more that's involved than see it, say it, sort it. The better way of doing it is entitled See It, Say It, Solve It, and Sort It. So what does that mean, and how can you do that on your ADI Part 3? Well, stay with us and we'll tell you. Basically, see it, say it, solve it, sort it is a way of identifying faults, bringing them to the pupil's attention, controlling the risk, becoming better at risk management, and also being able to find out the real reason something has happened. So therefore then, what we're doing is providing client-centered learning, because 5 people could make the same mistake and potentially you'll have 5 different reasons as to why it happened. You need to figure out what it is with that particular person. So let's break this down then. So the first thing on our list is see it. This is where so many fail the part 3. They're that obsessed with watching the road ahead, they're simply not looking at the pupil. Even when it comes to things like emerging at junctions, if coming up to a junction you find yourself looking round the pupil to see if there's traffic coming, that means your pupil observation is not good at all. The reason you're doing that is in your head, you're thinking this is a closed junction. I can't see what's coming. I need to make sure, is it clear to go? Well, it's not your driving test. It's about you making sure the pupil has recognized it's a closed junction. Is the pupil coming up to stop at it or going dead slow? Then, before the pupil goes over that white line, have they looked right, left, and right again, and then made a decision? The chances are the fact that you're looking around them to see if it is clear tells you they're not. You're hoping they don't pull out and there's a car there. So therefore, you are not seeing the fault that the pupil hasn't recognized it's a closed junction. The pupil isn't acting in a way that denotes it's a closed junction, and the pupil certainly is not going to do right, left and right before they decide to pull out. So what you need to do is focus just as much on the road ahead and what's going on, looking at the pupil. When it's time to do mirrors, do they do them correctly? Do they do the signal in good time? Is the position good? Is the speed right? Is the gear right? Is the look the right one? You need to be able to see that fault. Are they approaching a junction too quickly? Are they coming close to the curb? Are they sort of shaving, coming really close to parked vehicles? Are their mirror checks late? Are they missing signals? Are they breaking the speed limit? Are they going around mini roundabouts? You need to be looking. So first of all, you need to see it, or else the entire part 3 will fall apart in front of your eyes. If you've taken a part 3 and failed, and you've seen on your examiner's worksheet. The instructor missed several opportunities where the pupil was struggling with or showing a lack of understanding. It means your pupil was making mistakes and you haven't picked up on it. So this is the first thing, see it. The next thing we need to do, once we've seen it, we've got to say it. If nothing else, saying it marks that point in time. So when we're doing the in-car training for the part 3, if I say to you as a trainee, about 30 seconds ago, what did that sign say? You'll go, I don't know, I wasn't looking for it. The same is true if we don't say it. If we pull up and go, about 5 minutes ago, Chris, we came up to a junction and you got it wrong. No, I don't think I did. Well, you did. I don't think I did. Well, you did. But if at that point, Chris, stop. What's the minimum observation at a junction? Oh, right, left and right. That's it. We'll talk about this in a bit. Now, when you get to pull up and go, so remember a couple of minutes ago, Chris, I said stop and mention the minimum observation. Do you know why I said that? Oh, yeah, I didn't look, did I? So you're gaining agreement, you're marking a point in time, even if you can't discuss it there and then, it's marked. But what it does, it shows the examiner that you've noticed it, you're aware of the problem, and you're not ignoring it. By doing that, you're also showing you're now doing active risk management, not passive observation. And again, with this, don't fall into the trap of thinking, I'll mention it at the end. It's too late then, because they may have repeated the fault. You may not have time to go through it, and they certainly, if it's quite a serious fault, won't have time to practice it. So that then brings us on to our next one, solve it. As we mentioned earlier, 5 different pupils could make the very same mistake, and there can be 5 potentially different reasons. Let's think of a few. So your pupil is coming up really quickly to roundabouts. What's the reason for that? Well, they're too fast on approach. No, that's the symptom. That's not the cause. So why are we coming up quick on roundabouts, Chris? Can you identify a roundabout? Oh, no. No, my other instructor never actually taught me that. He just said there's a roundabout coming up, slow down. It's a knowledge issue. So there, Chris, why do we keep coming up quickly on roundabouts? I don't know. Well, do you know how we identify them? Yeah, with the big signs at the side. Very good. Then, do we identify if it's an open junction or a closed junction? Oh, yes, I do that. So what is a closed junction? Well, closed junction means I can go, and an open junction means that I can't go. So it's not a knowledge issue, it's an understanding. You've kind of got that the wrong way round. Is it then a skill issue? Chris, when we're coming up, why are we coming up quite quick? Well, I'm not sure. I'm braking. We are, you're right. But what speed generally do we need to be at for normal sized roundabouts on a road like this? Well, it's a 40 road, so I would have thought probably around 40. Well, that's probably a bit quick, Chris. So we're probably looking about 20 or less. Depends on the width of the road and the road layout, but generally we're probably talking around that. So again, third one, another understanding. But it's a different reason from the others. Is it a skill issue? So there, Chris, why do we keep coming up quickly? Well, I tried to brake, but I don't think it's braking hard enough. So who's in charge of that, Chris? Me. So if the car isn't slowing down as much as you want, what do you need to do? Oh, press harder. Yeah. It's a skill issue. So again, fourth different reason. There, Chris, we keep coming up to the roundabouts really quick. Why is that? Well, I just want to get it out the way, to be honest. Every time I come to a roundabout and I've stopped in the past, I've stalled, and I just don't want to be doing that. So I'd rather just get across it as quickly as I can. So now, reason number 5 is a confidence issue. So can you see, same mistake, 5 totally different reasons each time for it happening. But you need to try and find out what the reason is. Otherwise, if you said to that person who said, oh, I just don't want to stop, I kangaroo, I stall, I don't want that, I don't want to hold the vehicle up behind me, I just want to keep going. If you said to them, you need to identify the roundabout earlier, that's totally the wrong cure. That's not a coping strategy because that's not their particular problem. They identify it. They look that it's open or closed. They can see the car coming, but they're just looking for a way to get round it as quick as possible. So can you see, once you've seen the fault and you've said the fault, you need to take that time to figure out why the fault has happened. We need to be able to solve the real problem. Once we've done those 3, we come to sort it. So do you need to go away and pull up? If it's a safety critical incident, something that would be a serious on the driving test or the part 2, you need to pull up and help them explain it. If it's, like we said, a confidence issue, can you go away and if the problem that's being caused is related to clutch control, which it sounds like, doesn't it? No, every time I pull up, I kangaroo, I stall. Well, I tell you what, Chris, let's go away, go somewhere quieter, and we'll practice the clutch control with gas, using a bit more gas, so we can either pull away more confidently or by controlling the buy point with the gas, we can actually pull away a lot quicker, so we don't have to worry as much. Should we go away and practice that and then come back to this? Because ultimately what you're doing is going to sort the main problem out. If it's a knowledge or an understanding, you need to take time to help the pupil understand it. And very often, if you're doing it as they drive and it's a more complex issue, like the roundabouts, they're not going to get the sense of it while you're driving around. So you need to pull up and help them understand it. But then you need to go back then, if you're able to, and practice it. Give them a chance. Give them 2, 3 chances. Perhaps not always the same roundabout or the same junction, but is there a similar one? So why does this help with your part 3? Well, for 3 reasons. Most part 3 fails come down to 3 reasons. First is late or missed intervention, seeing the fault but not controlling it. so the risk isn't managed. Second is a weak instructional response, so not really helping them figure out why it went wrong and how they avoid it again in the future. The third is there's no evidence of learning, even if the pupil can't do it within the 40 minutes, because let's face it, if people could learn things in 40 minutes, it would take you about 6 hours to get to test standard. But they can't. But do they understand the subject more? Do they understand how you're trying to guide them towards that end goal? And what that proves then is that you're a thinking instructor. You're one who's actively managing the risk. So remember, the examiner isn't expecting perfection from your pupil. What he is expecting is professionalism from you. And to see the fault, to say the fault, and stop it getting any worse, to then solve the fault by asking basic questions, and then to sort the fault means you're providing effective teaching. You're doing risk management, and you're providing effective teaching and learning strategies. See it, say it, solve it, sort it. If you want an up-to-date way of doing see it, say it, solve it, sort it, then check out our ADI Part 3 and Standards Check overview. In there we have tick boxes and check boxes for what's called KUSC, KUSC, as we went through earlier. Is it knowledge, understanding, skills, or confidence? By getting to know these things, it will help you become a better teacher. It will make your pupil more confident, and ultimately it will help you improve your chances of passing the ADI Part 3.